Blessing of the Imperium! Death is weakness!
The Guardians can't hold them off for long. That's the champion we're looking for. Watch yourselves.
Ready to go again. 有点像。
Whatever you say. Ahead. For sure. Look, it left something.
That's the essence we need. It's cold. Oh, hope I don't have to carry it for too long.
Again,
Yeah.
they take him to the top 5, top 10, and it doesn't pan out here. You guys talked about the arm delay. I mean, this can set an organization back too. You feel comfortable enough in what you've seen to say, you know what, this made sense for them.
Look, I have some concerns about the tackle class in general, but it is a need, and you never want to be in this position where you're desperate. And Bucky, when it came right down to it, they have no left tackle. Miami's desperate at defensive line. When you become desperate, you're limited on who you can take and what you can do with your draft. And unfortunately, that's just where they are. They're just desperate, so they had to take the best tackle they could find in this spot. But, if it doesn't work out for him at tackle, I think he can easily swing down the guard. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
All right, we'll continue to track, obviously, what the Patriots are going to do in this draft. Let's get back to the biggest story thus far, and that was a trade that we saw a few weeks ago. Jacksonville Jaguars moving up to the 2nd overall pick, and we saw the Browns move down to the 5th overall selection. I'm going to just throw it out there. Is this tailor-made for Gen Z?
I think so. And, Andrew Berry, who you see there, is the Browns general manager, huge in analytics. Right? And the number one thing that he covets is productivity and future productivity. He likes college productivity, likes future productivity. The analytics crew, this is going to be interesting because if he takes Genty, that is the anti-analytics move to take a running back in the first round. That's so anti-analytics. Again, I think it's a smart move because you can have control on the player contract for 5 years. Then you got another franchise year if you need it, maybe a second franchise year. That's 7 years with the running back. That's like having 2 contracts.
And at that point, it's like, all right, there's maybe not tread left.
May be done by that time.
Yeah, which is kind of a crazy way.
If it's Genty. if it's Jensen.
Maybe it's not. Like you told me, he's one of the 3 elite players who seem to have been taken on more with Cam and Abdul Carter. We find out if Ashton Jeanty is the pick for the Cleveland Browns as we take you back to Green Bay.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
What? Yes, he is a true analytics general manager because we don't.
I got the opposite. I didn't see this coming. I bet Mason Graham is not a extremely talented
Well,
player.
he's been every mock draft, he's been mocked to the 5th overall pick.
It wasn't this team, and I think that's what sort of clouded my judgment here. So here's the it's like, yo, did you see one of my 15 drafts on NFL.com? I had Mason Graham going 5th overall the entire time.
Well, here's my thing about Mason Graham. If you're talking about the production and performance, if you are a film study, this dude gets it done. We talk about in the run game, he is physical, he's aggressive, he's feisty, low leverage player. People talk about how he comes off the ball, quick, the ability to get through the cracks, the way he gets off pops, the non-stop relentlessness and competitive spirit that he plays with. To me, Mason Graham is one of the dogs in this draft. And I know he's not going to win the beauty pageant when he talks about the arm and the prototypical dimensions and those that. But if we're talking about playing ball, there are not many that play ball like Mason Graham does.
High floor. Not really. There's just really no bust potential to me. I mean, he's going to be. The question is he going to be good or is he going to be great? I think that's the question. There's a little bit of variance in NFL circles. What I see is a player, Bucky mentioned it all, gets off blocks really, really quickly, really well. Hands are extremely active. He's very quick off the ball. He plays with that leverage.
Where do they go?
Time to find out.
So because of that, if you don't finish him, he reignites. And that's how a lot of his sacks come. That's how his tackles come. He reignites the embers and can make plays if you don't finish him as a blocker.
Top Browns draft pick last year, Michael Hall out of Ohio State. He got taken in that 2nd round. Now it's Graham. Talking about a Michigan dude that's out there on the same line with Aaron. A wrestler as well.
Forget about it. We love the wrestlers.
So I'm going to throw this out there because I think, Lance, you said something. The conversation and the question is good or great. It's easy to be great when you're coming in as rookie. Myles Garrett's also on that line, right? Like, that'll help ease some of the focus for you.
Good point. And we talked, Bucky, about, we thought that it could be, well, I've talked about Abdul Carter over there at times with Cleveland, thinking, well, with Abdul Carter, you stick him with Myles Garrett. And even though your offense isn't where it needs to be, it's easier to win games if the other team can't score a lot of points because you're in their backfield all the time. This isn't the defensive end position. It's not the rush position on the edge, but it is another defensive lineman. So it's the same concept of building your defensive front.
All right, to be abundantly clear here, we started our coverage referencing some of Bucky's mock drafts. How many? 27? The point is, I felt like on every single one that I saw that hit on NFL.com that we talked about on Mock Draft Live, at 6, it was Jeanty. Every single time.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, look, I think I'm 5 for 5 based on the thing. I think I'm 5 for 5. I would love to go 6 for 6.
There's no way they pass on him, is there?
Right?
Well, no, I mean, what about the big guy from Texas? Like, just being able to kick. Like, we got to be in the offensive line. We got to be in the trenches, right?
Are we going to
Pete Carroll, man, on a running back.
I mean, Pete Carroll loves it. I mean, Marshawn Lynch, all that. Like, I mean, that Kevin Smith, yeah, I get it. But I don't know.
You know what? I don't know if I want to be I don't know if I want to be two teams passing on that against team. I understand he's a running back, but this is a tricky one because Kelvin Banks, as you were mentioning, you were referring to Kelvin Banks. They need tackle on. It's a deep running back draft, and it's a kind of a weak tackle draft. So this will be interesting.
Seriously, I just find it hard to believe we're going to be talking about a Raiders team, considering some of the side a year ago with a Pete Carroll new regime in there, where we saw the Marshawn Lynches of the world, Zach Charbonnet more recently, and they focused their offense on what happens in that backfield. I get it. Gino's there at this point. You're right. You don't know. You thought it was going to be this last pick of the 4th round. That wasn't the case. What is it going to be if we take it to Green Bay and officially get the pick?
With the sixth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Genty, running back, Boise State.
You said one of the elite players, your comp was LT.
Yeah, he's my favorite running back I've seen since Saquon Barkley. Let me tell you what I love about Ashton Genty. He's a bell cow back, right? You need it. You want to give it to him a ton, you give it to him a ton. He can create three ways. Great Kirby Wilson, running back coach, once told me, you want guys that can create with speed, with elusiveness, with power. He can do all those three things. Reminiscent of our guy Maurice Jones-Drew. Don't low to the ground with a broad base. But when you watch Ashton Genty, what stands out is he's very tough to get solid contact on. Even when you do, the feet never stop. So he just seems to bounce off. It's like two matches for him. You know, when you try to put the same side together and
I did that for hours as a kid. I was very easy.
I know. Well, and it's just like that when you try to tackle him. It's like a repellent. He just refuses to be tackled. When you do get a shot on him, you're going to take most of it. He's usually the hammer, and you're usually going to be the nail. He finishes through contact, and he scores a ton of touchdowns. He is one of the favorite running backs that I've ever studied because in the middle of it, I'm thinking, the offensive line's just kind of average, and this guy is just
Treviso, one of the finest.
Explosive after his games. 9 out of 14 games, Buck, he had 50 or more yards run. I mean, look, you're not only talking about the explosive. I think it's the
Cities in Antigua, now living under occupation. Let's hope our crow contact can meet us.
Welcome to Antigua. You must be rude.
Every down back that man, they live and breathe, they can run it, they can throw it, they get better in the fourth quarter. When you think about the
And you're Andaratea Cantori of the Crows?
Thea, please. Come. My associate Thiago is gathering the others. We can talk business when we arrive.
The documents, it's all there.
My friend says come with us.
The unarmed soldiers have made themselves comfortable.
We have suffered their company for too long. The Antam reached a stalemate in their war with Tevinter. Some turned here instead. Antiva was rich, comfortable, and has no standing army to stop them.
Gave me what she could toward an election.
And bring him along at a reasonable pace. But it's going to be tough because he's just so good. Terry rocked around.
It must be hard, dealing with the Antam.
This occupation will not last. The Antivan crows remain. And one day, I will see a knife through every would-be tyrant's throat. We have arrived.
A casino? Nice setup.
Welcome to the Cantori Diamond.
I mean, safeties are buzzing down. Geno Smith's job just got a lot easier by the good side. It got a lot easier because the play action is going to go real fast.
This pick of Ashton Genty proves that is probably the case. The Jets, they're on the clock. They got their quarterback just.
You're the client.
This is Rook. Did you want a drink? I promise not to let Viago near it.
Viago de Riva, fifth talon. And this is Catarina de la Morte, first talon of the Crows.
An honor. And you are?
Ilario de la Morte, her grandson. What brings you here?
Right. My target is a pair of elven gods, or that's what they call themselves. They're ancient blighted mages. My detective says you have a man who brought blood mages and Venatori to their knees.
Lucanus. My grandson. They called him the Demon of Virantium. He was the one who did those jobs.
Exactly who we're after.
Except Lucanis de la Morte is dead. He was killed a year ago.
What I say doesn't leave this room. The body our people brought back was not my grandson. It was dressed in his clothing, but it had been altered with blood magic to have his face.
My cousin is still alive? And you didn't think to tell me? His ship was attacked. We knew someone sold him out. So you kept your suspicions to yourself.
But you brought it up now. Why?
I've had eyes on the Venatori ever since they took my grandson from me. They were hunting your dread wolf. And what you did to his ritual threw them into disarray. They made mistakes, and now I have a location. The Oshuri, where the demon of Virantium is kept. Find this Oshuri. Free Lucanis. You'll have your god killer. And I'll have my grandson.
Come, Katarina arranged a boat. One of our mages would meet us there.
A boat?
Did you think the Venatori would keep a normal prison? Or that one could hold the demon of Virantium? The altar lies beneath the sea. Of that I learned here minutes ago.
Secret and excessive. Sounds like Venatori.
You're not happy Katarina kept this from you.
Would you be? Lucanis is family. Maybe she thought I'd act too rash if it meant saving him. And now, who can say if he's even still alive? There, you take the boat.
Are you coming with us?
It's possible we've been watched. If all of us vanish from the dock, you play the alluring hero. I know Treviso. If we have a tail, I have a better chance of distracting their interests.
Mimbu, Missouri, tackle.
Let's check out the fan cam presented by Icy Hot. Mimbu with his family. It's a day that he's never going to forget. He's on his way to the Big Apple, guys.
You gotta like this. We talked about what Aaron Glenn learned from his time with the Detroit Lions. Being able to run the ball and dominate at the point of attack really allowed the Detroit Lions to unlock various parts of their offense. You talked about Jerry's offense, the question mark he was coming in there. So they've surrounded him with a dominant offensive line. It's an offensive line that allowed his game to go to the next level. In Justin Fields, you're trying to do similar things, but to do it, you got to set the foundation up front. If you want to play bully ball, we talked about it. You have to have bullies. Omar Mimbu has some of that bully in his game.
Yeah, he's just recently turned 21. I really like him. He's my favorite tackle in this draft. And one of the reasons is because I see what he is now and what he's going to be. He's got really good stick and sustain as a run blocker. He's got strong hands. He's got the ability to get out in space and spring runs because he can get to the second level and make blocks. He did a lot of outside zone blocking, which requires a lot of movement. And you see right there, he just reached the edge and made it easy, softened the edge for his running back. But what I like about him is I think he's plenty strong. He's 330 pounds. I think he's a powerful guy. I don't think he'll have any problems fitting into a gap scheme as well. So he can zone it up. He's got gap scheme. He's got a little nastiness to him. And in pass protection, you know, he is going to get outreached some. He's only a 33.5-inch arm guy. You see it on tape. He gets outreached, but he's crafty with his hands. He uses very pass sets. So he's already, I think, ahead of the game at age 21. very good offensive line coach over there in Missouri. I think he's set up for success with the Jets.
Well, I think it was you, Bucky, who made reference to playing into Aaron Glenn being in Detroit. Let's not forget Dan Campbell and Brandon Holmes. Back in 2021, they sold with the 7th overall. There's some similarities here when we talk about that tackle. Meanwhile, Carolina Panthers
is underwater. If the enchantments containing this
great.
place
Find out if they make the pick.
Nervous about that, or the job in general? Not everyone deals with a demon crow unless you tell about it.
We're up against gods. The demon might come in handy.
A barrier. Whatever's in there, the Venatori really want you to stay put.
Then we break through.
Back here on Draft Central, presented by FedEx.